All right, so one of the most important things that we need to do on our air conditioners is to make sure that our condensers are clean, okay? The number one enemy with everything heating and cooling related is dirt. Whether it's a dirty filter, a dirty blower, a dirty inside coil, or a dirty condenser. So one of the biggest things that we have happen here is dryer lint can get into these coils, as well as dirt, or a lot of times pollen and things from trees can get into these coils. So we're going to go over how to properly clean a condensing unit, okay? So if you look at your condensing unit, the condensing unit has a fan on the top that's always blowing out, okay? So the air that's blowing out of this condensing unit is being drawn in from somewhere. It's being drawn in through the sides, okay? So the sides of this coil is where you're going to build up your dirt, okay? So we're drawing outside air through the coil, blowing it up, and by doing so, we're cooling off our high pressure gas. If we're not cooling off our high pressure gas, we're not cooling, okay? So the appropriate steps for being able to clean your condensing unit. As you can see, this unit's running right now. All commercial condensing units are going to have what's called a service disconnect right by the unit. So we always want to be able to go to this service disconnect, and we want to turn the unit off, okay? So as you can see, the fan just shut down, the compressor shut down. This unit's now safe to work on. But following our policies and procedures, we always are going to lock and tag out this unit. So you got your lockout tag out kit. We're going to go here, lock that unit out. We're going to tag it, and then we are going to put that key in my pocket. I am the only one that can turn that unit back on according to our lockout tag out policies. So if I was to go to the truck to get a piece of equipment, go get some tools, go do whatever, and I come back, no one can take that lock off except me. I'm the only person with the key. All right, so now we're going to go around and we're going to take these screws off of this fan, okay? Now, there is an easier way to clean this coil, but it's not the proper way. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people, they want to go get their water hose and they want to try to clean this coil from the outside in. What they're doing when they try that approach, they're basically taking that dirt and they're trying to force it through a 1 inch to a 2 inch thick piece of coil. That's not the way you properly clean a unit. So that's why we're taking the top off, and we're going to take our water hose and we're going to then clean the coil from the inside out. So the outside surface dirt that starts to build up on your coil, rather than us trying to push it through the entire coil, we're going to go from the inside out and we're just going to push it right back out the same way it came, okay? Pretty straightforward stuff. We'll pause the video now while I finish taking this top off, and then we'll show you the way to rinse and clean these coils. All right, so guys, we've got our unit taken apart, okay? We've got our unit turned off, we got it locked out, tagged out. We've taken the top off like we talked about in the last video segment. We always want to clean coils from the inside out, okay? Just so happens this is one of the dirtier units that you'll find. Look at all this dirt that's on this unit. You can see that it's just a layer of just dirt. I mean, it could be pollen from bushes, it could be lint, who knows? But clearly that's dirty. We're not getting any air through that coil, okay? As I shared in the last segment, the last thing that we want to do is to take our water hose and clean from the outside in, because now we're trying to take all of this dirt and push it through the coil. That is not what we're looking to do, okay? Now, we recommend a coil cleaner similar to this. Brand doesn't matter, but it needs to be a non-acidic coil cleaner. So when you look on this unit, it will say non-acidic. Technically, you can use an acid coil cleaner on the outside of a building. I prefer just to use 100% non-acidic coil cleaners. That way you can use the same coil cleaner on the inside and the outside. I have always found the non-acidic, quite honestly, work just about as good. So we're going to take this non-acidic coil cleaner. You can see we've opened up our coils so we can see it on every side. We've got it opened up all the way around. We've got it, remember, lock out, tag out, got our disconnect off. We've opened this so we can access the middle. So we're basically just going to take our coil cleaner. Doesn't take a lot. We're just basically going to add a layer of this coil cleaner. All right. Now, we're just going to let that sit there and eat. So what it's going to do, it'll eat away. As you can tell, it's a foaming coil cleaner. As it foams, it begins to pull some of that dirt out. Look right here, Hunter. See how black that is? It's starting to pull some of that dirt out kind of sort of on its own, okay? So we're going to go all the way around this unit. We're going to soak this coil, and we're going to give it 5 minutes to do what it does. And then we'll come back and we'll show how to go from the inside. We'll start rinsing, and we'll rinse from the inside out. This unit then will have properly serviced and clean coils. We'll put the sides back on, we'll put the top back on, take our lockout tag out off, turn it back on. That's how you properly clean a condensing unit. All right, guys, so real quick on our rinsing of these coils, okay? These are aluminum coils. They're very soft, okay? The last thing we want to do is turn this on full speed and have a jet. Well, the worst thing you can do is have a pressure washer. I can't tell you how many people think they're going to take a pressure washer and clean their condenser coils. Absolute no-no. A pressure washer will hit those metal fins, the coils. It folds them over. As soon as you fold them over, it shuts off all airflow. For all intent and purposes, you have destroyed this coil. So just regular water. We've already got our coil cleaner breaking this loose. So we're basically just going to turn this water on, and we're going to go right in here, and we're going to be up pretty close to this coil. And you're going to see as we start to push all of that dirt back out of the unit. A picture is worth 1,000 words, and you can see right there as we're cleaning this coil, and we're just pushing all of that dirt out, and it's rolling its way down off the coil. So there is the proper way of cleaning a coil. Now, we got to do that to every inch of this coil all the way around on every side. You're not going to clean one of these in 10 minutes. This is probably a 30-minute type of a job, maybe an hour from start to finish. By the time you shut it down, get the top taken off, get all the panels taken off, get your acid, get your hose, get every inch of this thing cleaned off. It may take you an hour to properly clean one condensing unit, but if you do not do it this way, you're absolutely wasting your time, or you're continuing to push dirt back in your coil that's going to cause more problems down the road. So after we get all of our coils clean, we'll come back, show you a picture of the finished product. We'll show you how to put it back together and turn the unit back on. All right, so as you can see, we finished washing our coil. Got it all from the inside out. As you can see, we've got the coil good and clean. As you can also kind of see, all of this is what we brought out of that coil. We need to also get rid of that, so we'll eventually rinse that out. So that's what a coil should look like. We ought to be able to see the fins, we ought to be able to see the coil. We shouldn't have all that dirt that we had on it. Remember, lock the unit out, take the top off, take the sides off, expose what you're looking at, wash it from the inside out. You saw the before, there's the after. Now all we got to do is go back around, put the top back on, which I'm getting ready to do right now, put the sides back on, take our lockout tag out off, flip the disconnect on. That's how you properly service a condensing unit.